Vexs, aka the Vexs Crystallis adaptidus, my most in-depth and researched hybrid. And at least in my opinion, yes I'm biased, one of the most evenly built and perfectly balanced hybrids made in the hybrid war at this point. To those who are new to the channel, let me quickly explain. A while back I made some Godzilla hybrids, taking kaiju DNA and fusing them together to make a new Godzilla kaiju hybrid. Then soon after, wanting to expand my reach on YouTube, I did the same thing with dinosaurs. After those shorts started to get some traction, by sheer coincidence, Goji Center made their own hybrid, creating the Indum 2.0. And seeing an opportunity, I jokingly took it as an attack on my hybrids, as an excuse to make my own fully custom hybrid, that being Hank. Now with Hank and the original hybrids, I made them and just moved on, not giving them much thought outside their genome. But that's when I made Vexs, as to not only get a separate part of the hybrid war going, that being in the ocean rather than on land, but to also actually enter into the whole thing. As Hank was the catalyst that made everyone want to make their own dino, but he himself wasn't actually in it. So to show off that yes, I can make a hybrid that doesn't kill itself, and the fact that I myself wanted to join, I made Vexs, who, in my opinion, is a perfect killing machine. Really, her only issue in my eyes would just be reproductive issues, but she doesn't really have to worry about that. Now, originally this story was going to be in the Vexs video, similar to Madly Mosaic Samson, but the video at that point was just too long, so I had to scrap it to get it out on time. But I knew I still wanted to release a story video for her at some point. So while yes, this is on April Fool's, this video is 100% serious, as I want to give another view to Vexs, one that isn't through the lens of a vicious apex predator, rather, one that looks at her sad and lonely backstory, being custom built in a lab, stripped from the limited family she had, and forced to fight daily, being drugged non-stop to heal her wounds to battle again the next day. Today, ladies and gentlemen, grab some tissues and a notepad, as we'll be looking at the sad and painful backstory of Vexs. The year is 2006. Goji Industries has just been created, a company pursuing genetic enhancements, as they soon plan to attempt to fuse DNA of different animals to help create prey and predators to balance out ecosystems. And while the world only knows of their first public hybrid, that being the Indoxenosaurus, behind the curtains, they were making hybrids far before that. All the way back in 2009, Goji Industries had their first success, an aquatic hybrid, meant to help fight off invasive predators in coral reefs. The first ever hybrid in their files, the Vexs Coralis littoralis. Goji Industries was quick to release his hybrid into the water after short testing, having monitor stations positioned around all coral reefs. Goji Industries was a simple and positive company, but sadly, as many companies do, they gave in to one of the deadly sins, that being greed. The higher-ups at Goji Industries saw the monetary gain these animals could give them, making living weapons, smart enough to stalk and learn enemy tactics, fast enough to outrun poachers, and strong enough to demolish ecosystems. And after a few years, the COO of Goji Industries slowly poisoned the CEO, mixing his drinks with mercury and adding crushed lithium to his food. After only 2 years, the CEO is incapable of running the company. His symptoms included severe confusion and paranoia, psychosis and hallucinations, emotional instability, slurred speech, and incoherent thoughts. Who was quickly let go and put into a nursing home, forcing the COO into power. And seeing the science and tech at his fingertips, he's quick to put his plan into motion. Within 2 months of the COO's leadership, the next water hybrid was made, the Vexs predatus, the fast shadow predator. The COO and other money-hungry higher-ups are now focused on selling weapons, rather than something that can benefit and balance the fragile ecosystem. Vexs predatus, nicknamed Vorn, is a male hybrid. He's put through rigorous testing that will later be applied to all hybrids produced by Goji Industries. He's marketed as an apex predator, who can not only be instructed to attack vital fish colonies, to topple over enemy food supply, but can also watch and gather info on the enemy. Vorn, at just 5 months old, is sent to work, being bought under the table for a hefty $2.3 billion. Goji Industries, seeing the success of Vorn, are quick to try and make an even better version, so that other countries will buy them, in hopes of fighting off and killing Vorn if he is to be instructed to enter their waters. And after some time, Goji Industries creates 3 of the same species, and the closest relative to Vexs, the Vexs adaptidus, having the same physical build of Vexs, just without the clear fins you all have come to know and love. These 3 were made to test the new species' pack hunting skills. They were normally kept in a 500-mile area for research, having tags in their bodies that heat up significantly if they swim past the designated zones. Though when Goji Industries wanted to test their adaptability traits and battle skills, they used said heat to move them into regions of the ocean to battle other predators. With these tags, Goji Industries is able to make them go where they want, and are able to track their position along with their vitals at all times. These were simply made to make sure the genome worked, and my god, they did. They gathered the top predators around the world and lured the 3 to them. Great whites, dead in seconds. The pot of sperm whales, a tough nut to crack, but still, no match for their speed and ramming strength. Even the mighty orca was taken down in a 1v1 with relative ease. Goji Industries was pleased, and put their money into making the apex of their creations. The Vexs Crystallis adaptidus was born, soon nicknamed Vexs. Goji Industries quickly locked up all their previous assets into poor facilities to put every penny towards raising Vexs. At just a day old, Vexs was drugged non-stop, a new shot every hour on the hour, being forced to take in the top diseases, forcing her to create antibodies to them. Not just ones found in the seas, but humans too. the bubonic plague, itch, columnaris, and even cancerous cells, each of which her body was able to adapt and kill off, making her unkillable by other nations and private companies if they were to try and make her sick. Over the next few months, poisons and venoms were injected into her, starting slow, just one a week. But Goji Industries, being greedy, wanted to speed it up, giving her shots every few days. Her body began to grow used to large amounts of poison, though it came at a toll. Many times, she came very close to death. Half a pound of stonefish venom injected into her bloodstream. Pufferfish tetrodotoxins, that took forever to say, force-fed to her. Box jellyfish venom injected straight to her heart. Every major toxin, venom, and poison she dealt with. Cone snail, blue-ringed octopus, inland taipan, king cobra, boomslan, golden poison dart frog, rough-skinned newt, Brazilian wandering spider, deathstalker scorpion, Japanese giant hornet, every animal you can think of, she's dealt with many times over. Many times coming close to the brink of death, but her body just won't let her die. The literal only thing they couldn't get around was hallucinogenics. After all that testing was over, Vexs turned 1. Hey guys, cutting in here. I know it's a really weird place to cut in, but I do have some good news about Vexs. Behind the scenes, we've been working on a Vexs poster. My first ever piece of official merchandise. Now, I'm not going to show all of it as I want some of it to be a surprise, but we have put so much work into this. Huge shout out to my artist Sam for the amazing work he did on this, and props to Kevin the Fish for help as well. If you like the hybrid war, hell, even just dinosaurs in general, you will love this poster. Now, it's not ready yet, as I still have to find a printer and whatnot, but once it's done and up, I will announce it. I just want to go ahead and announce now that a Vexs poster is in the works. We have put so much work into this, with countless fun facts about Vexs, and even a secret battle she had in the Congo. A lot of cool facts will be revealed about Vexs in this poster, so keep an eye on the channel. Anyways, back to the video. After her tolerance was built up to every type of toxin she dealt with, it was now onto training, using illegal poaching to catch animals around the globe, using their own research facilities to recreate marine reptiles of the past. Vexs now has to learn how to counter each type of predator there is, starting with her own genome contributors. Not only the same species, no, the animals. Goji Industries picked the strongest of their respective species to make Vexs, so they brought said animals back in. In a weird way, these are her parents. The saltwater crocodile was down in seconds. The barracuda was bit in half in a single chomp. The orca fought well, but didn't stand a chance. The Tylosaurus got a good bite on Vexs, but it didn't do too much damage, and it was taken out within a minute. The beluga and glassfish had no chance. And over time, Vexs learned to fight good, really good. She got to meet her siblings, as they were now instructed to show her hunting tactics and critical weak points in various animals. Vexs grew close to them, but right as they began to get close, they were cut off. She had learned every needed hunting method, and Goji Industries stripped her of her limited family she had. She became an unstoppable apex predator, single-handedly taking on sperm whales, leviathans, megalodons, mosasaurs, dunkleosteus, liopleurodons, and much more. Along with that, she had to fight a lot of weird animals, learning to outsmart the octopus, learning to get through the slime of a hagfish, figuring out how to deal with constrictors, learning to ram through the shells of armored foes, the shock of electric eels, the glue of goose barnacles and limpets, and learned how to ignore the distracting lights of bioluminescent fish. She was pinned against creatures with wide ranges of abilities, death clicks from sperm whales, the ink of squids. She learned how to go invisible, from the detection of narwhals and their sonic navigation. She was taught to pick up on a wide range of sounds, from high-pitched communication of whales to lower pitches of bottlenose dolphins. But most annoyingly, this ability taking a few months to learn, she learned to refract and bend light, being able to reflect the sun's light at fish to blind them, or the bioluminescent patterns of deep-sea fish back at them. It was all just train. It was never enough. Goji Industries just kept throwing every animal at her. But after enough time, one person in the company had enough, Dr. Yu. He was close to the leading scientist that created Vex's genome. Yu knew that what they were doing was wrong, and knew he had to save this animal. You sneak into the lead scientist's home. You set it ablaze. You get rid of the one person that knows Vex's genome. You sneak into the science lab late that same night and delete all the files on Vexs. And again, burn the building to the ground. You open Vex's cage and try to get her siblings out but don't have enough time. After running away and leaving the country, you sleep peacefully, knowing you saved Vexs. Goji Industries runs with the new situation, now monitoring Vex's every move, though news spreads of her being out in the open, as companies around the globe send their own hybrids to fight her. Vexs wins time and time again, but she's scared and alone out there. Every animal she sees is either too scared of her or immediately tries to kill her. Goji Industries, not wanting to lose their prized possession, releases her siblings to help her out in the Bay of Bengal. But unknowingly to Goji Industries, they made these fish a little too smart, and once meeting up, they ripped their trackers out of each other, freeing themselves of Goji Industries' wrath. And together, they're now trying to find a new home. Vexs is not just some cool killing machine. She's an animal born to make money, regardless if she lives or dies. Her childhood is spent being drugged up and fighting for her life around the clock, being forced to kill her own family, and being stripped from her relatives for years. Though, now she's starting to get back on track. All she needs to do now is survive. Thank you all so much for watching. I was so excited to make this video. As many hybrids are just made with no questions asked, but I really wanted to give Vexs a story, making her feel like a real animal rather than a fictional beast for the oceans. And I hope you all have a newfound appreciation for Vexs. Anyways, again, stay on the lookout for the Vexs poster, as I will announce it once it's ready. And if you like this video, make sure to subscribe. But as always, keep collecting. Goji Guy, out. See ya.